This is a special edition of KTSM 9 News Small Town Spotlight.
KTSM 9 News at 6, live on location tonight from Santa Teresa, New Mexico, as part of our Small Town Spotlight series. And tonight's a very special edition of our Small Town Spotlight. You're getting a 2-for-1 as we highlight both Santa Teresa and Sunland Park, New Mexico. Good evening and thank you for joining us for this very special edition of KTSM 9 News at 6 Small Town Spotlight. I'm Andy Morgan.
And I'm Monica Cortez. And what I love about this place, first of all, I didn't know it was here in our very own backyard. Second of all, Andy, we learned that one of these planes, at least one of these planes, is actually working. They flew it out not too long ago, and it's just incredible to know these artifacts, I would call them maybe, just so beautiful, so much history involved with every single one of them, and to think that you can fly these.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We're here at War Eagle's Air Museum here in Santa Teresa, New Mexico. As you said, Monica, if you're a history buff, if you like any type of history, this is 100% the place for you. So much cool stuff here. Just, I mean, you walk up and down each different, I don't want to call them hallways, but each different section.
Very different,
There's so much cool stuff here.
Yeah, there's cars, really cool cars, airplanes, helicopters. It's just incredible, and what I love so much about it is that they even have classes for you to take here if you want to become a pilot. And I felt like just wearing the hat made me feel kind of official.
Got a couple pictures in there too. So yeah, aviation a big part of Santa Teresa, New Mexico, and just this community in general. And like you said, there's actual flight schools that happen here. Being a pilot and flying these types of planes, I mean, it's not that far-fetched for people who might have some sort of interest in it.
I know, so I will definitely be here. I'm signing up for one of those. And another person that I know is super interested in aviation is our very own Robert Bettis.
Yeah, and Robert, it seems like to me, if I'm not mistaken, it seems like Wednesday is always the hottest day of the week.
And we get to experience it too.
Yeah, right?
Monica, Andy, I don't know why the high pressure seems to zero in on Small Town Spotlight, but it does. A heat advisory in full effect. Go ahead and pull on a cool leather coat and a pair of aviators and step inside a classic Curtiss Warhawk plane, and you'll find that it doesn't matter if it's hot outside, you're hot. And it's Tom Cruise? No, it's not. It's Bobby Bone, everybody, also wearing his Tom Cruise aviator glasses. Does it matter that it's hot outside right now, Bobby?
No.
Oh, no. Isn't this War Eagles Museum the best you've ever seen?
Amazing.
You know, we need to give people a tour of not only the aircraft, but the classic cars, too.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Okay, what about that heat? Well, unfortunately, a heat advisory tomorrow again. 107 the high temperature tomorrow. We're going to stay in the triple digits through the weekend. Do we have a slight chance of breaking the streak? I'm going to have your detailed forecast coming up in just a little bit.
I love it. And real quickly, big thank you to our sponsor, Charlie Clark Nissan, for allowing us to be able to put these segments together. And another big shout out goes to John and Betty McGuire. Those are the founders of this incredible place. And we just learned that next month, Betty turns 100.
Yeah, the
happy
big
birthday.
century month, so a very happy early birthday. Something I also wanted to expand upon, Monica, as you talked about some of these aircrafts, and one of them being operational. I believe they just started it up in November. Most of these aircrafts were actually flown here.
How fantastic is that?
Before they were kind of put on exhibits. So really cool to think about if
look at
at
that
some
monster
point,
right there.
yeah, look at those. Almost all of those were actually flown in here to the Santa Teresa airport. So very, very cool. And want to also talk more about the War Eagles Air Museum, because their mission is to inspire and educate people of all ages about aviation and military endeavors of the past, present, and future. You got to check out this cool story.
The first-time visitor can expect, first of all, a huge hangar full of airplanes. A lot of people, they don't expect how big the hangar actually is. It's 65,000 square feet of just airplanes, automobiles, displays. And so you can expect to get a lot of information. Some people expect to be here for 45 minutes and they're here for hours. So we do a lot of tours for the community, the schools. We do daycares. So we have experienced docents who were either aircrew members, pilots themselves, or they served in the military in an aircrew capacity, and they actually know all of the knowledge and history there is to know about the planes and vehicles.
The Navy. As you can guess, what service was I in?
The Navy.
If you want to give back a little something to the community and feel like you're a member of a exclusive private club somewhere, 'cause that's really what it feels like as a volunteer.
It's definitely a hidden gem in the area, and I would just expect to have lots of fun and learn a lot of things you really didn't know about before.
And when you get into that and start telling them the history of the invention of the airplane, they find it interesting. I actually start out with that little toy, which is what Mr. Wright gave the two brothers that piqued their interest in learning to fly.
So some people have said that we're the Smithsonian of the Southwest, which is really interesting. The collection that we have is very unique and it's very vast. It's a huge collection, and so to get this type of collection in this region is unheard of.
A little something for everyone here at War Eagles Air Museum. You saw some of the little kids and some of the field trips that obviously come through here.
So adorable.
People of all ages, you can learn so much just by coming here. Actually, we were talking about it, minored in history at Colorado State University. So absolutely love history, especially kind of around the World War II kind of era.
That one's always very interesting.
And there's a lot of stuff here from that era, that's for sure.
I love what she said. This is the Smithsonian of the Southwest. Wow, how incredible is that? Well, now we kind of want to send it over to Tawny Davis, who is live with Executive Director from the War Eagles Air Museum. Hey, Tawny.
Hey there, guys. Here with the Executive Director of the War Eagles Air Museum. Thank you so much for joining us. And I want to ask you, there are plenty of different aircrafts, including classic cars here in your facility. Where do you get all of them?
So a majority of our collection, again, was started by our founders. And much of their, much alike their friends, warbird enthusiasts, preservers of history, have helped create, this collection to what it is today. Some of our superstars we have right up front at the museum. We have the P-40 Warhawk, which is notorious for its shark tooth design. We have the TF-51 Mustang, which is pretty rare. It's like the PF-51 Mustang, except it's a two-seat trainer. You can actually see cameos of it in the newest Top Gun Maverick. We also have an F-4U Corsair, which recently starred in a couple of movies as well, one of them being Devotion. But our collection is comprised of primarily Korean War era, World War II era, and we now have a Vietnam era as well. So, we really try to hit that history piece of what conflicts America was involved in and some of the machines that, have given us the freedoms that we have today.
Of course, that is very amazing. And, we just heard that this is like a hidden gem in the borderland. So how do we get more people to learn about this place and come out here?
So we like to call ourselves the best museum you've never heard of. One of the easiest ways to find us and what we're doing is we're really active on Facebook, Instagram, and any other social media you can really think of. We got Twitter, LinkedIn. We got a really wonderful website where our events are actively updated, and anything that if people want to join and become a member, a volunteer, all that is on our website. So primarily, on the web, people can always call us as well at 575-589-2000. But we are constantly having events, not only that tailor to aviation enthusiasts, but anybody in the community that wants to come out. And the museum is really just a wonderful playground and wonderful educational tool that's a part of that.
Well, thank you so much for having us, and I'm sure we'll hear more from you later, but for now I'm going to send it right back to you all.
Tawny, thank you very much for that. I could spend absolutely hours here talking about all of this stuff, but I will say this, it wouldn't be a small town spotlight if we didn't talk about some food. Have to talk about some food. And this next story, you've probably tried some of their products. You've actually probably really seen them in stores.
It's in my fridge.
Definitely at the store. Of course, we're talking about the La Primera Tortilla Factory.
Yeah, that's right. So they're locally owned and operated. I didn't know that. I thought it was a big chain
of some sort.
I see it everywhere. And so by popular demand, La Primera is a top leading provider of local tortillas in El Paso and surrounding areas. Take a look.
For the people that don't know us, it's a family-owned business. My parents started a small tortilla factory, a grocery store, back in 1984. My dad always thought that'd be a good business. He always had this dream of starting his own business. He used to work in construction. So when he retired, he went for it. He built a little building where he had a grocery store, and then he bought a little machine and started making corn tortillas. From there, it grew into what it is today. After about 10 years, more or less, me and my brother started working together, and we started delivering. It got pretty popular here in town, and then people from all over El Paso, Las Cruces started coming to buy the product. We're just grateful that El Paso and Las Cruces have given us so much business.
And a big shout out to the La Primera Tortilla Factory. We certainly have a lot to get to here from Santa Teresa, New Mexico, but we do want to get to our news of the day.
That's absolutely right. So we want to send it over to our very own Carla Draxler with the news of the day. Hey, Carla.
Hey there, guys. Here's your top stories of the day. The trial for the man accused of shooting and killing El Paso County Sheriff's Deputy Peter Herrera in 2019 during a traffic stop began today. This is the first death penalty trial in El Paso in nearly a decade. Today, Facundo Chavez, who is charged with capital murder of Deputy Peter Herrera, pled not guilty. His then girlfriend, Arlene Pina, who was initially charged with capital murder in the shooting, pleaded guilty to manslaughter back in May of 2022. She was given a 15-year sentence as part of a plea deal. And new at 6, an El Paso man has now been sentenced to 6 years in prison for trafficking cocaine. According to court documents, 50-year-old Jaime Juarez was pulled over in Reeves County back on December of last year. After searching his vehicle, officers found multiple packages wrapped in plastic that resembled large bundles of drugs. The substances in the packages tested positive for cocaine. Juarez admitted he was transporting cocaine to Odessa. And that was a look at your top stories. Coming up, Robert has a look at your complete forecast, and then we have Sam Guzman in sports. You're watching KTSM 9 News Small Town Spotlight.
Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderlands' only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Take my breath away. Take my breath away.
You know, Bobby, when I sit here on this small town spotlight here at Santa Teresa Airport at the beautiful War Eagles Air Museum, and I think about you, I think about the Charlie Clark Automotive Group sponsoring all of these series, and I think about this 1908 car, and wow, cars have changed.
I'm telling you. You know, back in 1908, this was worth $1,200.
And what would that be today?
About $100,000.
Over $100,000 for
yes,
this.
sir.
This is just one of the treasures you're going to see here at the War Eagles Air Museum. You know what I don't know if you've noticed in your leather jacket and all, which looks great, by the way, Bobby.
Thank you.
It's hot, and the heat continues. It just keeps going. The number that nobody wants to see every day, 41 consecutive days of triple-digit heat, blowing away that old record in 1994. Here comes your exclusive 9-hour forecast for Thursday. It gets slightly better, but still a heat advisory in effect. High temperature 170 degrees for a very hot afternoon. 110 for Juarez so far today. 107 for both Las Cruces and El Paso. 105 Deming, and 102 so far in Alamogordo. A look at the satellite radar composite. It's clear where the zone of high pressure is. All the storms are cleared away. We've got some thunder showers around Silver City, but we remain dry under that heat advisory. Here comes your allergy forecast. 4.6 for Thursday, 5.6 for Friday. High temperatures tomorrow. 101 Alamogordo, 104 Deming, 108 Juarez, and 100 for Van Horn. Tonight, 73 the low temperature Las Cruces. Clear skies and variable winds. 105 the high for tomorrow with a heat advisory in effect. Tonight, 76 the low temperature at the airport. High tomorrow, 107 with hot breezes in the afternoon. Only KTSM gives you 9 full days of weather. 104 and partly cloudy on Friday. Saturday, 101 and dry. Slight chance of pinpoint showers on Sunday with a high temperature of 100 degrees. 100 on Monday. However, potentially strong thunder showers that night could leave us cloudy and a little bit cooler, so we'll have a chance to break the streak on Tuesday at 99 before the triple digits come right back. All right, take a look at this thing right here. This is a Tiger Moth. This is from the Royal Air Force.
Wow.
Want to guess the year?
1925. 25.
Yeah,
okay.
Can you see yourself flying around with no air conditioning,
no.
getting shot at in that thing?
No.
Okay,
no.
You need something special.
Okay.
Okay. So come right over here, and if you would just stand right here, Bobby.
Okay.
I think I found your plane.
Oh,
it's
I
the
like
Lockheed P-38 from, oh, look at that right there. Look at the flag in the background. Hey, we got to do it one time, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah. Hey.
More KTSM 9 News coming up. Stay with us.
Yeah.
KTSM 9 News, putting local first. And now, KTSM 9 Sports with Sam Guzman, sponsored by Glushine Vyas and Enderman Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back to KTSM Small Town Spotlight Show, live from the War Eagles Air Museum in Santa Teresa, New Mexico. Well, we're also highlighting Sunland Park, New Mexico, and when I think about Sunland Park, as a sports guy, I think about the Sunland Derby, and when you think about the Sunland Derby, I think about the legendary racehorse Mine That Bird. In 2009, Mine That Bird ran twice at the Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino and didn't find very much success. A fourth place finish in the Sunland Derby was its best result that year. Despite that, Mine That Bird still qualified for that year's Kentucky Derby, one of the biggest races in the sport. After a long 21-hour road trip from New Mexico to Louisville, trainer Chip Woolley and Mine That Bird, with 50-1 odds to win the race, not only took part in the 135th Kentucky Derby, but won the entire thing. It was one of the biggest upsets in not only horse racing history, but sports history in general. Now, even though Mine That Bird's racing days are over, what he did on that day, May 2nd, 2009, will forever be remembered in the sport.
He's got a pretty strong legacy in horse racing. You know, he's still well received everywhere he goes, and you know, he was the only horse in about 11-year period there that lit the board in all three of the Triple Crown races. I mean, he was a really good, tough horse, laid it on the line every time.
In 2009, Mine That Bird's 50-1 Kentucky Derby win was the second biggest upset in the race's history at that point. Now in 2023, it's the fourth biggest upset as Rich Strike's 80-1 win in 2022 and Country House's 65-1 win are now 2 and 3 on that list. Well, it's always nice to look back at those great moments, but now it's time to look forward. The 2023 college football season is right around the corner. A great indicator that the season is near, fall camp starts up, and today New Mexico State football began its training camp and had its first practice of the 2023 season. And just being there and watching today, you could feel and see a new energy, a good energy at Aggie Memorial Stadium. Remember, the Aggies are preparing to build off a successful 2022 season where the program finished 7-6 and won the Quick Lane Bowl in its first year under head coach Jerry Kill. I asked how the Aggies are approaching this year's fall camp with that rejuvenated energy, and it sounds like they won't be changing much and will still have that underdog mentality.
You know, as far as our approach and attitude and things like that, you know, we're not going to change anything, and we're just going to continue to, I mean, our kids know what we need to do, and they know we won 7 games. We know what everybody expects us to do, so, you know, we don't have to talk about it a lot.
We're coming out with new intensity. You know, Coach Kill set the standard even higher now, and so we got to meet that expectation. You see the 10 things that he posts every day, so we just got to accomplish that.
That hard hat, lunch pail mentality, as Jerry Kill would say, is back. Aggies will look to take advantage of every minute of fall camp. They'll open up its season on August 26th against UMass at Aggie Memorial Stadium. The UTEP Miners are set to officially begin its fall camp for the upcoming season tomorrow. UTEP heads into this camp after a season where they failed to meet its expectations. The expectation was a bowl game appearance, and they just missed out on it by 1 game. They'll be using that feeling of defeat to be used as extra motivation this year. We'll have much more coverage tomorrow on the minor start of the fall camp. Over in Oxnard, California, today the Dallas Cowboys kicked off its training camp and had its first practice of the 2023 NFL season. The Cowboys are enjoying everything Southern California has to offer, but they also know they've got work to do. Yes, the Cowboys will have many more practices when they return to Texas after their time in California is up, but head coach Mike McCarthy believes the team's time in Oxnard will be vital ahead of the 2023 regular season.
They know what we want to get done. It's clear, and I think we all have more confidence, better understanding of the things we need to work on. But at the end of the day, you still start the first step. You can't skip steps. And one of the things I'd really hit on was this is the purest football opportunity that we'll have all year. This is football. This is what it smells like. This is what it looks like, and we really need to take advantage of that.
Cowboys' first preseason game is on Saturday, August 12th against the Jacksonville Jaguars at AT&T Stadium. So football season's here. It's exciting.
How about that?
This place is very exciting. A lot of plays. Robert, you had fun. I saw that.
Yeah.
Guilty.
It was so great. That does it for us.
Yeah, that's right. KTSM 9 News Now with Estella Casas is coming up next. We'll see you back at 10 o'clock.
Hair, makeup, and men's grooming sponsored by